Hello, I am going to show you how I make oat groats, and I describe this in detail in my book Cook Along with Cami, and I also mention how I prepare it each day in my book Plant-Based Eating Hacks. And now we're going to have like a little bit of a live, very informal demonstration. So you're with me in my kitchen. Did I already say I'm Cami? I'm a yoga therapist and health coach. So we're gonna just spend some time in my kitchen. So super imperfect setup, but that's okay. I have a 1 cup measuring, and I'm dipping into a bag of oat groats. Now, oat groats are not even rolled oats. They are like, we get ours in a big bag from a farmer, literally. Oat groats are like the least processed way of having the oats, and I think they're delicious. I like oats in all different ways, but oat groats are just, oh, so yummy, so nice. So this is 1 cup dry oats. I'm putting it in a little strainer, and I'm going to have 2 total. 2 of those total. 2 cups of oats. I'm going to rinse those. Then into my pot. To me, it helps to have a designated pot. We always have our oats in this pot. It has a little lid, and that way we can just check really quickly. We look in the fridge. If the pot is in the fridge, we know that we have oat groats made. Also, this amount that I'm walking you through today is for 2 plant-based eaters who eat decent sized portions every day of oats. So it's 2 of us. I make this once a week. We usually run out on like the 5th day. So designated pot, and then into this pot I have my golden milk that you've seen. I also do this in my matcha. So, you know, you can experiment with how much. A little bit goes a long way, but it's also really yummy, really good for you. I've gotten more, I use more of it over the years than I used to. And then a nice healthy teaspoon of cinnamon. This is actually pie spice from Penzies. So some spices, whatever spices you like. And then a handful of raisins. So I put all of this in the pot. Or 2 handfuls. I'll do 2 handfuls of raisins. And then my oat groats are done draining now. This thing is handy because it's very thin. The holes are very, very thin. It's for rice. So if you were to try doing this in a regular strainer, the oat groats would spill out. It's really annoying. Everything I tell you, I learned from experience. So listen to me. There have been times that I soak the groats first. You know, so there have been times when I'm soaking groats and rice and whatever grain I'm cooking. I'm not doing that as much these days. It does change the proportions and whatnot, so you'll have to experiment if you want to soak, and it is good for bioavailability and digestibility and stuff like that. So if you want to soak and sprout, you'll need to experiment. It changes the proportions. Okay, so I have 2 cups of groats and those spices and raisins. You don't have to use raisins. You could use dates. You could use nothing. I'm going to put 8 cups of water. So this is like this super cool purchase I made when I was 23, probably. So I've been using it for 32 years. This is an 8 cup measuring cup, but it's also just a really good mixing bowl. So the ratio is 1 to 4. 1 cup oats to 4 cups water. So I've put in 2 cups of the Groats, and now I'm doing 8 cups of water. And we have good water here, so I'm just doing it right out of the tap. You could also use filtered. So I'm going to measure that pretty carefully. It doesn't have to be perfect, but this is a time-tested process that I've really narrowed down. And then I pour this water into the pot over the sink in case it spills, but I'm pretty good at doing it now. It doesn't spill too much. It gets nice and heavy, so my muscles get to work. Then I put it on the stove. It goes on high. So, and I say this just totally in depth in the Cook Along with Cami book and the, well, mostly in that one. And then the plant-based eating one, I think I kind of mention it. You must not leave your pot. I'm going to set the timer for probably 15 minutes. I've got it on high, and the idea is that it'll be boiling after 15 minutes, and then I turn off the heat completely and cover it. So that's what I'm going to do. So 2 cups of oat groats, spices and raisins, and I rinse the oats because they literally came straight from the farmer. And then, but I would do it anyway. And 8 cups of water. Get that all together. Turn on your burner. But then once it boils, turn off the burner, put the lid on, and then I will leave it on the hot place, but the burner will be turned off. And I say in that book a lot, that's my technique for a lot of stuff. I'll like get it hot, get it mostly done, and then turn off the burner or turn off the oven and let things kind of steam and finish up. I'm quite a good cook and my things turn out really nicely. That is one of the tricks I've learned over time. You kind of let things steam, and depending on what you're making, but mostly for the way that I cook and the way that we eat, I let it steam. So that's what the groats are going to do. You got to give yourself enough time. So don't start this when you're hungry and pressed for time, because it won't be ready. You need time in the house, especially while this thing is heating up. Again, I tell you stories in those other books, so I'm not going to go on and on about that, but it's a huge safety issue. So I've already eaten, and this is not for today's food. This is batch cooking starting tomorrow. Hi, it's Cami from the future, and I am learning how to edit my YouTube videos. Let me know, did you like the edited version? I know I'm not great at editing, but like in general, did you like seeing it edited? I think it makes it a little more fun. So please like this video. It helps other people find it. I'm so happy you're subscribed. We have quite a few subscribers now. If you'd like to subscribe, I do all kinds of behind the scenes things for a yoga therapist and a health and well-being coach. Some cooking, give you some yoga, some philosophy, all kinds of different things. So really glad you're here. Like this if you liked it. Bye.